Hey guys, this is Introducing Emmy, and we're back with another Redline Tuesday. This time it is from Pharakos, P-H-A-R-A-K-H-O-S. Pharakos. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, from deviantart.com, and they sent us this image of a woman, and I should mention it had clothing. I think this is like a template or something that they were working on. I'm not totally sure, but here we go. So first I'm going to draw my plumb lines. I should probably make it go the whole way up. And I'm going to kind of do some really rough perspective lines here just to kind of show the angles I'm going to go for. Sorry, just checking my size. Okay. Let's do this leg. This leg. You know what? I'm going to actually change the color of those guidelines. They probably shouldn't be blue. They'll be, how about purple? Can you still see the purple? I think you can see the purple. So let's start right here. And is this how I want to do it? I kind of want to start this leg because I know the heel should be hitting more back here. Just because this is like, this doesn't feel like it's on the ground, and so it kind of throws off her balance, or like what should be her balance. I'm gonna get a little closer. I probably should have mentioned there is a little bit of nudity here, but it's not it's not anything, you know, ridiculous. It's not vulgar. It's artistic. Sorry, my laziness Emy was feeling a little funny. So if you can see this much of the back, you can definitely use the spine as a guideline for where the butt should go. And on the lower back, there's usually like kind of, it's hard to see on everybody, but there's like usually a little dimple where the top wing of the pelvis touches at the flesh. And that kind of makes a triangle to the top of the butt crack. So this is about where the butt crack should end. And if you're going to have one leg kind of pushing up against, like it's sort of going back, you're going to want to curve under. Oops. You're going to want to curve under this cheek a little bit. Same thing with the other leg. If the other leg is kind of pushing forward more, you want to curve under. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Sorry, I'm kind of messing around there. that arm's not, that's way too short. Okay. So my thoughts on the leg here was that I'm going to look over that tummy here in a second. My thoughts on the leg were that this leg should be pushed back more. So that she's definitely firmly resting on one leg. I'm just thinking you might be able to push it forward just a teeny bit more, but you don't want to like have it like way out. By the way, I've been accused of sort of making butts bigger and boobs bigger or waists smaller and just generally like over sexualizing my women. I'm sorry. I try not to, but here's the deal. I'm trying to fill in this silhouette as best I can, and if I have to make the butt bigger to still fit this shape or whatever, then I'm gonna do it. Same thing with the boob here. Like, this looks really like somebody took a bite. Like, it looks collapsed. So I kind of filled that in a little bit. And thus, it makes the boob look bigger. I apologize. Let's put a little crease at the heel. And this arm, this arm definitely needs to have the elbow dropped a little lower. I'm just having a little think. Same thing with this arm, it needs to be a little longer. Just going to turn that off for a minute. I'm going to rotate this so we can do our little hand anatomy dance. Let me get a little closer too. Okay. So, where is it? Right trying to get it centered. There we go. So remember, the thumb doesn't really go past the knuckles, so that looks good. And I might even make the fingers a little longer here. This is more of like a preference thing. I can't really say for yeah, I think the fingers are about as long as, I'm like looking at my own hand. I think the fingers are up like as a whole are about as big as the palm area. Like they take up about as much as that. This area in here. So I would say keep that. Keep that in mind. And I like to put a little peak on my wrist, just a teeny bit, so that it's not like a straight up and down. Something like that. I know. I kind of mess around too much with this stuff. I get so invested in it. Alright, let's look at our arm. So yeah, this needs to go. Wait, is that even right? Yeah. I was like, is this how this would look? I think the thumb needs to... I don't know. It just... feels funny to me where it is. I'm gonna let it go, but... So yeah, the fingers should come down to about... Fingers should come down to about mid thigh. Something's wrong here. I think her torso is too long or something. Now her shoulder is pulled up quite a bit. So now her elbows match. This is a little weird for me because the arms sort of like turn so that you can see the whole hand, whereas like, yeah, as much as I like that hand, I think I drew an okay hand there. I would probably do it so you were seeing like more. Like you'd barely be able to see the thumb. And you'd be seeing like more of the back side of the hand, so like the pinky would be overlapping the other fingers. Something like that. And because I don't know what your face is or what have you, I'm just going to kind of correct the guidelines. Sorry, this feels a little sloppy, but this is my first drawing for the morning. I just got up. And I do have a bad habit of warming up on your guys' drawings. Now, I'm trying to keep the proportions fairly realistic, but there's something in me that's screaming to make this head a little bigger, but I don't feel like that's necessarily realistic or correct. But here we are. Me making the head bigger. That's where we are. Just trying to define some of my shapes here a little better. I don't know, something feels too big about the top of this torso compared to the bottom. Let me take a measurement. So from about the groin or the bottom of the butt up to the top of the head should be about the same. Yep, look at that. I knew. My smarts were firing full throttle. There be a cut. And we're just gonna make this So that's more like realistic proportions there. So I should probably make this also smaller. Boop. So yeah, that to me is more realistic proportions. You may or may not agree that that's what the original artist was intending, but I think it looks neater. But now I feel like I need to make the whole thing bigger. So that it's like, yeah. Okay, so I definitely think that is more in the ballpark of what you're looking for there, so far as proportions are concerned. You know, I knew something was up between the length of the legs and the length of the torso, so I'm glad I caught that and fixed it so that I'm not putting up atrocious red lines for y'all. For yins, oh my god, y'all. I'm not Texan. Anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. So that will do it for this one, and keep sending them in to emy.bitner at introducingemy.com, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!